Taurus, there's lots going on this week. It is a pressure cooker, and it's been that way for a while. But there's a major transition that's happening for you. There's a lot of impact still going on in Taurus, your first house, or wherever. You're not necessarily a first house Taurus, right? Just because your sun sign is there. But there's a lot of energy in Taurus in general. Of course, that's impacting you. And then Venus makes a transition this week. We're going to go over all of that. I'll get into the astrology. But Taurus, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising sign. I want to thank everybody who watched last week's video. God bless you. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Taurus content comes out every single Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, and there's always an extended reading for those of you who want to continue the message with me, which I hope you'll join me for. I will attach the link in the description box at the very top, or at the in the comment section. I'll pin it to the top of the comments too. Okay, so I mean, there's a pressure cooker in the sky right now, and Taurus is under, and is the focal point. It's the harsh point. But you know, the good thing is you're going to kind of explode first, and the change is going to force its way out of you. It's almost like you can go ahead and resist, but you can't really resist. Uranus is still on top of the North Node, forcing change, and it like incredible pressure at this point, not really wanting to move as slow as it has up until this point. It really wants to accelerate movement in the direction of what challenges you, or taking movement upon the challenges, the things that really even might frighten you to some degree. Mars is still in Taurus, so there's still a tremendous amount of energy with movement and getting things done and taking initiative. But you know, this is all at the pressure point of the big grand square in the sky, which is a pressure cooker. It's this stuck at an impasse. How frustrating. It's just so incredibly frustrating, I'm sure. It's designed that way. The truth is, it's designed to force you into making a decision, making a move, and pushing forward. Now, Venus, which is your ruling dignitary, is also making a big change this week. So you'll feel that. It'll impact you. It's going from Cancer to Leo energy today, tomorrow. So there's just there's energy. Today. It's today into or tomorrow. So Venus is heading into Leo, where it behaves very differently, but it's also kind of square then to your native energy. So it's like your ruling dignitary is square to your ruling house. So it's almost like, what the hell am I doing with myself? I like that kind of thing. It's something that could actually make you almost think about or consider. I was going to say question your value systems, or compromise your value systems if you feel like you're under a lot of pressure. Let's look at the cards. Let's talk a little bit about Venus going into Leo. Venus in Leo behaves, she's very loyal. She's also very intense. She likes a lot of attention. She thrives with attention. She also loves loud and gives a lot of attention and affection to the things that she is really crazy about. She's also trying this week to Neptune, which means she's very dreamy, very hopeful. This could be a very romantic period for you, since Leo is romance. And it's almost like a sense of, because of all that pressure surrounding you, and the fact that Venus for a couple of days is still opposite Pluto, you could be settling for a relationship to escape all the fucking pressure that has been, you know, facing you every single day in your life. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be bad, but there is a sense of leaning into it and maybe compromising your standards, especially when it comes to romance, because that's your vulnerable point right now. And it's almost something that you desire so much or want so badly. Let's get into the cards. Trust the great mystery, Taurus. That's what we got. We have throwing ourselves into our emotions, like letting our emotions, like diving in deep into emotions. A very emotional time, a very emotional week, but also kind of trusting what you feel, trusting your intuition, trusting the flow, trusting yourself, because that trine to Neptune is also a sense of a point of faith. So if everything that makes sense and everything in this 3D world is crunching you, there's just a sense of, how do I keep moving forward? Faith. It's like it's got to be something that's very strong in you right now. And then we have life is speeding up. So you're getting some sort of communications or talk, or at least your mind, the thoughts are coming together. This is Gemini energy. And I did want to say that everything not everything, but Uranus in Uranus conjunct the North Node in Taurus will be trine to Mercury. So you will be able to honestly, like, it's almost like forcing you to think brilliant thoughts, or definitely like get communications in, or be able to communicate the things that you're thinking and speak for yourself very well. Saying something. I feel like you're announcing something. That's what it seems, because this is the time to announce a big shift that you're going to just dive into, and you kind of have to like hold your breath and dive in, because if you keep thinking about it, you're going to get stuck in your head. And at this point, you just have to go along with the fact that trust that what you feel intuitively is correct, and it is definitely time to dive into what you have been planning and make that announcement. We also have take the lead, which means, yeah, this is your initiative. This is your leadership. Maybe a sense of some sort of announcement about leadership, ambitions. I don't know what you're looking I don't know what you're looking to lead, but this would definitely be the time when the announcement comes, or when you basically realize what your purpose in life is, and or just it's almost like, yeah, you have to say something. It's like you have to speak and say something out loud and demonstrate leadership. That's kind of what it is, and you're announcing something or diving in. I don't want to repeat myself too much, because that's what it is. What is it? So Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. In other words, a couple of years ago, you may not have expected to even be in this position or want what you want right now, but you know, now is not a few years ago. Trust in divine detours. This is Coyote. This is Coyote spirit. Coyote kind of teaches us to laugh and not take things too personally. Yeah, there was a big change, a huge, like just a change that required you to improvise and use your mind wisely. It's almost like, in a sense, you couldn't trust people. There was somebody that was sort of maybe deceptive, or you didn't trust their intentions, or there was a big turn of events suddenly that you couldn't control, but your choice was to just go as slow as you possibly could through it and really think it out. What does it have to do here? Now we have transformation is beautiful. You're definitely ready to move on to the next phase of your life. It's something, there was some sort of initiative in the past, or occurrence in the past, that kind of shook you awake. I think it would have been at least in the last 3 years, because it's sort of when Uranus entered Taurus, which is when big shifts in what you thought was your core value system and morality and things that you could rely on and depend on, it's like these big shifts started to happen, and it's almost like you had to take some time because you thought it was impossible. You didn't think that it would ever happen, but it actually did. Somebody or something really surprised you, and they made the impossible happen. And I don't think you necessarily felt comfortable with it, but ultimately, now is a sense of you kind of just letting go and not trying to control things or slow things down or even worry so much about what might happen if I don't resist against this undeniable change. And ultimately, you're just kind of like giving it over and saying, I'm not resisting anymore. I don't want to keep up the fight. It's time for me to allow this transformation to happen, and that's what's going to happen. It's almost like butterfly spirit is 100% transcending the current self and becoming a completely different version of who you are, a more mature version. It's the cocoon, right? It's the death and rebirth. You're being reborn in a much more beautiful form. It's also representative of coming out, also assuming this new authority, assuming this new responsibility in your life, and owning, not assuming as an assumption, but owning that this is you now. You have absolutely changed, and there's some sort of decision that you're finalizing or announcement that you're making to signify that. And it's got to do with this kind of like strange twist of fate that puts you into a situation that I don't think you were ready for, to be honest with you. It definitely caught you off guard, but this could have been up to 3 years ago. Taurus. Spider. So make your dreams real. You have 11-11 on the table because 5 plus 6, you have 11-11-11. 11 and 11. You're awakening. This is like crown chakra energy. This is awakening to the higher purpose and hearing the extra truth. Make your dreams real. I think that you have been weaving this, preparing it. Maybe you're writing something. You're definitely composing something. Spiders are great artists, but they usually do their work in the dark. This is also a sense of, I don't feel like this is manipulation. I feel like this is more 11-11. Like this is definitely, I feel like you're writing something or building something or designing something, creating something. Make your dreams real. Transformation is beautiful. Scorpionic energy, wait. There was another connection to, I felt like it was Pluto. Wait a second. What is this? What is make your dreams real? What is this? Hold on, Scorpio. I'll definitely get the answers. It's Scorpio, Taurus. What are you working? What are they working on? Okay, something is sick. Somebody has been sick, and it's taking action. Or if you've been sick, a sense of trying to fix things or put it all back together. The Emperor is here. He represents a male, maybe a father figure. Maybe you're worried about somebody, or a father figure who has passed away, or worried about somebody's health, staying up all night and being concerned, even about leadership. At the very least, this is like quote unquote killing you, not really, but stressing you out to the point where it's keeping you up. And it's about becoming an authority figure. I think you have to announce it. I think you have to say it, because keeping it to yourself is building up too much stress. It's almost like saying it's killing you to keep it a secret anymore. It's almost like, or there's going to be more energy put into more stress, because Mars is square to, Mars is right there in your energy. This is Aries energy. Mars is square to the sun. I don't think you've been feeling well. That's what this, it's almost like maybe you've been, or somebody in your life has been keeping secrets from you. Like they have the outward appearance of having it all together, but underneath they're unraveling. And it's almost like maybe you need to talk to that person, or you need to address that, because this is real. And if without the acknowledgement of it being real, then nothing can be done about it if you want to do anything about it. What is this about? Aries. You have Aries energy again. Double time. The Emperor is here. Aries is here. Aries is where Jupiter is. It's like you're defending something. You've been fighting very, very hard, maybe against an illness or a sickness, stress or depression, and I think you've been keeping it to yourself. This is something you've been fighting very hard against. I want to read this because I think it's important. Come on. It is a perfect time to evaluate the situation to determine whether it works for all parties involved. Weigh options carefully to avoid unintended consequences. Avoid stubbornness by considering other viewpoints, and be willing to compromise where necessary. The best way forward is through tact and diplomacy. Build advantageous alliances that can help you achieve long-term goals. This is an opportunity to practice partnering skills that will also prove to be beneficial in other areas of your life. I honestly don't feel like you like this. I don't feel like you like having to compromise. I don't feel like you like feeling like you have to share your throne. And that's what's really stressing you out. It's almost like you're trying to compromise with somebody, but it's like, fuck you. What you really want to do is fight them. It's almost like you understand that there is an impending battle here. And as much as you try to compromise, you're not going to be able to. You got to fight this. You can't escape this battle. I totally disagree with what I read. That's fine. But the way these cards are positioned, this confrontation has to happen. And you can't, you have to let the rage out. You have to let the fight out. You're going to have to. It is too much of a pressure point. Surrender to the divine. That's full moon. That's today. Meditate and contemplate. That might be the only thing that calms you and stills your mind long enough for you to get a hold of it and be able to actually make clear-minded decisions. Because I think in some ways you want to take action really quick, because something has been bothering you for a long time, and because it's been bothering you and pressuring you, maybe even depressing you or making you ill, you want to fucking take action right fucking now. But the universe is saying, please have faith. Like, let the stress off of yourself. Don't put all this pressure on yourself. You're not going to make a decision. You're going to allow, it's almost like allow something to happen, but you want to keep fighting. But what do you want Taurus to allow to happen? Like, I don't understand. What is Taurus supposed to allow to happen? This isn't the deck. What is Taurus? Four of Wands, a coupling, a companionship, a completion, some sort of officiation or ceremony, a completing it, and then the Empress is here. Abundance, prosperity, like, it's almost like in some ways owning the fact that you have achieved so much, and that in this achievement, you've kind of reached your pinnacle. And it's like you want to keep fighting because your stubbornness has kept you for so long, but the fight is changing. That's what the transformation is. Your fight isn't about reaching the pinnacle anymore. You've reached the pinnacle. Now your fight has to be about sustaining. So it's a different strategy. It's a different execution. You have to change your modality. I feel like you have fought so long, Taurus, that on some level you don't know who the fuck you are if you're not battling or struggling or fighting this off. And the truth is this, fighting it off, this isn't helping you anymore. What you have to do is change your war, change your battle, because it's about sustenance now and sustaining. And realizing that, you know, maybe your reign, because we have the Emperor and the Empress here, there's a shit ton of abundance, and maybe this is a period of abundance that's coming to an end. It doesn't mean things are being taken from you. It means that now there's just, I don't know, not so much attention or spotlight put on you. But for some reason, you're still feeling the pressure, I think, because you don't want to relinquish. You don't want to let go. And it's the holding on that is creating the stress. Okay, so what the fuck are they going to do? That's what I would like to know. What do you want them to do? It's saying, it's almost like saying go on your own, be on your own. There's Virgo energy. Work on it. Because your dreams, like it's saying Virgo energy. There's a Virgo energy here, which is about healing, allowing yourself to heal, setting a routine in order to help yourself heal. The Magician, which means your magic, your divining this moving forward. And the Star card, something about your aspirations. You are working on future aspirations, and you are definitely fucking leveling up. Let's see how it works out. Click the link below. I'll see you guys in the extended.